Hey guys, Jeremy here at My Way MFG. Haven't been in the garage all week until today, and this is Saturday, and I want to get a short video out today. This is just going to be an update video, I'm thinking. Christmas and everything, just haven't had time to be out here. And last Tuesday, I went in and had 5 teeth pulled. They took all my top back teeth out. Anybody ever had that done? Not a fun experience. Over the next couple months, they got to do some work on the remaining teeth and fit me up with some partials. But anyway, I haven't been out in the garage, is what I'm getting at. I came out today, and I'll show you where I got here. Just kind of an update. In the next video, I think we get this driver's side done. And then I'm going to move the truck from this bay over to this bay to do the passenger side, just so I got better access over there. But before I do that, dare I say body work, I'm going to do a small amount of body work. I'm just going to get everything kind of smoothed off a little bit. And then I found a cheap urethane single stage paint online that's satin black, but it is urethane automotive paint, single stage. And we'll spray that on there. I'm thinking it would be a little more UV resistant than just using tractor painter. This is Rust-Oleum I brushed on here 10 or 15 years ago. It's pretty chalky. But it'll basically look like this, but like a satin shine on it, you know. But it's going to be a quick body job. We're going to get the worst of the worst. So we'll get this side of the floor all done up. Quick sanding and a little filler on this side where we see the bad stuff. Then we'll move the truck over and catch the other side up to this side. But let me show you where we're at with the floor pans and all of that. So I came out here today and I got this patch made up through here. That's all welded in good and tight. I can put a light under there, not really see any daylight. So that's all good. I'm going to be buying a new rubber floor mat for this, and I don't know, my floor mat that was in here ended right here, and all of this showed. When you opened the door, it was all right there. Now, my son's truck, his rubber floor mat covers the whole floor. So I don't know which floor mat I'll be getting yet. I would be happy with either one, probably whatever's cheaper and whatever I can find, but I want to seal these welds up with something, and I would just put seam sealer over them and then put the rubber mat in. But if this is going to show, anyway, I went ahead and done a quick spread of fiberglass over the top of my welds and just took the high spots off. And probably what I will do is after I get all the welding done here, I'll just do a quick Bondo spread on that, sand it off, get the edges kind of feathered down and paint it. But the floor pan is completely in now. All the plug welds are done. I got it welded all the way around the perimeter. So that's all good. And I had that done, which I thought I was going to be done, right? But then I got to looking underneath. The seatbelt mechanism was mounted right here. And I could see what appeared to be a hole. So I started grinding back on it, and yeah, it was pretty bad. So I ended up cutting this out and putting a patch in here. So I got that in all the way around welded, but that was a double thick piece of metal. It was the floor pan on top of an underneath inner brace. So I've made up this one, drilled a couple holes in it for plug welds. So that's going to go up underneath of this one and get that kind of back to the way it was before. But let me show you from underneath. Looking underneath the truck, there's that other patch. I needed to extend this one. I've welded these cuts shut where I made it bend there. That's our new piece of floor patch, and then I've cut out new piece of floor patch, and I've cut out all the rusty stuff of the brace, or you know, the best I could anyway. And you can never quite get it all, I guess, but get as much of it as you can. And this is gonna get back in here like that, and then plug welded in, and that'll pretty well get that back to the way it was. This will get beat down with a hammer after we start welding it, but I think that puts us pretty decent under here. All right, well, I was just showing that patch with the upper piece and the underneath piece, and I was getting ready to put that in. And I ran out of MIG welding wire, right? So as I'm talking about this right now, this is like probably 10 days later. Here's what happened to me. I jump in the truck to go to Galesburg to get a roll of MIG wire, a few other things, so I can keep moving on this, right? I'm going down the interstate, getting pretty close to Menards. And Menards is here, and then over here is like a hospital, you know? So I'm driving down the interstate, and all of a sudden, I get this terrible pain, and it's kind of going down my butt. I'm having a hard time sitting still in the truck, and I'm thinking, I don't think I can walk around Menards. I don't feel well enough to do that. I need to go home. I'm a long way from home. So I start sweating real bad, like just sweat running off of me. And I started feeling like I was going to pass out. And I thought, I came off the off-ramp off the interstate, and I can go this way and go to Menards. I can go this way and go to the hospital, and the hospital's actually closer. So I don't remember this, but I turn, I get into the hospital parking lot, and I've got on my truck, I've got the Bluetooth phone. I've pushed a button, and I'm talking to my wife, and I'm telling her, hey, I'm not feeling very good. I just pulled into the parking lot hospital. I think I need to maybe go in here. I don't know what's going on. So very next thing I know, I got a lady standing at my driver's side window of my truck, and she says, you hit my car. I hit your car. Where's your car? Which car is yours? And she said, no, that's my car over there. I look out my passenger window, and my passenger side of my truck is right up against her SUV back window. Oh, yeah, I guess I did hit your car. Anyway, screwed my truck up, screwed her car up. I blacked out. I didn't get my truck parked in time. I got off the interstate. I got into the parking lot at the hospital. What in the hell happened? I have no idea. I got to go for more tests Sunday. Yeah, they do tests on Sunday now, I guess. Getting a CT scan. But I've been scared ever since. That all came onto me like within a few minutes from when it started until I passed out. I'm scared to go work on anybody's house, or I got a water heater to do tomorrow. I'm scared to death I get the water heater tore out and then I pass out or die and then can't get the other one in. Anyway, 10 days later, I got back out here, got some work done. I'll show you where I got to. It took me a long time getting here. Yeah, with having my teeth pulled and then Christmas and then the medical issues and my truck's wrecked. I had to go get an estimate on that. I got full coverage on it. $6,300. I'll show you here in a minute. Don't look like $6,300, but it is. Anyway. All right, there's that last patch I showed. And I got one more patch to get welded in up here at the very back at the cab corner. I've got one plug weld done on it so far. The only reason I just stopped there, I just felt like doing something else for a while, but I just got to finish welding this in and get it painted up. This is all pretty well done under here now. Looking at it from that way. Look up inside the rocker panel. All of that looks nice. Down around the cab corner. There's that patch I got to finish welding in just right here. Pretty happy with all of that. Those rough looking areas is just undercoating, old undercoating that was on there that I didn't quite get all off, but it was stuck good, so I figured, heck, why not just leave it, you know? But all the weak spots have been cut out. I got all the rust I could get. I've coated the frame both inside and outside as basically just under where the cab's at. Let's see if I can scoot over here, show you the middle. There's the inside of the other frame rail and the center of the floor pans. I still got to do the other frame rail, but I got most of the center part of the floor pans done. Really wasn't any rust there. Most of that still had undercoating on it. So all of that looks pretty good and solid now. Like it's not gonna fall apart on me. If we do a before and after, this is what this side's looking like now. Let me just show you the other side real quick. Side we haven't did. There's the passenger side. Quite a difference, right? I think we gained on it. That's pretty rough. You can't see all of this side because of the gas tank. I got to get it out of there to see how bad all this actually is, but it's at least as bad as the driver's side, if not worse. Actually, this side over here was making a little noise when you were driving down the road. It would sound a bit crunchy. I would often be going down the road in that truck, and the driver's side was pretty quiet. The passenger side, you could hear like metal rubbing and crunching over there. And I was always thinking, I'm gonna have to do something with that here pretty soon, I think. And well, it was time. But anyway, it's looking good. All right, so that's pretty well done. I got the seam sealer all on the top and stuff. I still got to Bondo that up and paint, you know, the step area under the seat. This whole back rail on the flatbed, I'm going to take all of that down, probably to bare metal or close to it, and get that whole flatbed side smoothed out good, and then put a new 1x12 up there, get all that painted looking nice. Man, I've been sanding out the truck, and I've just been circling bad spots that I'm not going to get them all, but I'm going to get a few of them, just so when you're looking at it, it's somewhat straight, you know. And I've been finding that was Rust-Oleum paint that I had brushed on there. I've been taking 220 and sanding it down until the brush marks are gone. And then I'll take some sandable automotive primer in a spray can and just hit all the spots that I've sanded through, and then go over with like 320. And I think that's about all the prep work we're gonna do. 220 until we can get most of it, a little bit of primer where we need it, and then 320 and then paint. But it ought to look pretty good, and it is gonna be solid, I'm thinking. Anyway, that's about where I'm at with it today. Let me show you the other truck. Yeah, I want to get all these areas here smoothed out and get a nice flat surface there. New board up here. That's all seam sealed in. That light's under there right now. You can't see any daylight anywhere, so that's good. And I've just circled places where make it as best as I can. Where I put that X, I'm gonna go ahead and grind that weld off and get that smoothed off a little bit, and down through here. There's what the hood's sanded out to. It's looking pretty good. I don't know how well you can tell in the pictures, but got some areas in here that feels like it could be rust bubbles. Might have to do a little fiberglass up through here. And we got a couple sharp dents here. But Anyway, we'll make her better. That's what I got. It's scuffed my front fender up a little bit and dented it in some. The door's got a pretty good dent in it. But anyway, in the estimate, it's figured with a used door, a used fender, it gets a new fender molding. It's going to be a used door and used front fender, I guess. The bumper is getting replaced with a new one. It's bent down a little bit, scratched. And then the hood, I guess, is getting the paint blended. So I'm hoping maybe it takes care of some of these little rock chips, maybe when they blend in the paint on the hood. Maybe it'll get some of them. Hurts my pride more than anything. I'm not a person that usually has too much trouble with damaging vehicles. I've never so much as even hit a deer. Like I say, it's not that it's bad, but it is a pretty expensive repair. Anyway, get that all worked out soon, I guess. I got to get a new front tire too. That tire got all wore out before I had the alignment done last time, and it was a pretty new tire, but the outside had started to get wore off of it, and then after I got the alignment done, it just kept wearing it. Maybe I need to get that checked again. I don't know. Anyway, hurt my feelings more than anything, you know, but we'll get the truck fixed, maybe get me fixed. That'd be good. And just to make sure I was going to be completely miserable with all the teeth being pulled and then all the tests and doctor visits and stuff, if it wasn't bad enough, I decided to go ahead and stop smoking. So I'm on 8 days now without a cigarette. And I don't understand how people that don't smoke, I don't know how they sleep, because I can't. I haven't slept for days, maybe a couple hours. And I only smoked about 20, 25 cigarettes a day. But now that I'm not smoking, I have about 2,000 cravings per day. And you think maybe it'd be easier just to go ahead and smoke the 20 cigarettes, but I'm gonna go ahead and stick with it. I usually don't get on here and talk about stuff if I don't plan on doing it, so I'm gonna do it. But it does suck, and I knew it would, and that's why I haven't tried it before now. But I'll get it. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Get both of my trucks fixed, get my teeth fixed, get myself so I don't pass out anymore. Maybe by next summer, things will be better, I'm hoping. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like, comment, share, all them things. We'll catch you on the next one. Later, Jeremy.